Hey there! Welcome to Above the Noise with the Profitability Pathmaker. I'm Christy Wilson, your host, friend, and guide on this exciting journey we're about to embark on together. If you've got big dreams of scaling your business, innovating like a pro, and creating a personal brand that sticks, well, you're in exactly the right place. As someone who's navigated the highs and lows of business growth, I'm here to share not just my insights, but also wisdom from the forefront of entrepreneurship and innovation. From the essentials of starting small to the complexities of venture capital, tech advancements, and the art of personal branding, we're diving deep into what it really takes to stand out and succeed in today's fast-paced world. This podcast is for the bold and the ambitious, from startup founders to C-level executives looking to elevate their business. So join us as we explore actionable strategies, practical tips, and real-world success stories designed to inspire and empower you. So grab your favorite cup of coffee and let's cut through the noise together. It's time to make your business not just seen, but truly memorable. Are you ready to dive in? Let's go. Hello and welcome back to Above the Noise. Christy Wilson here. And today, instead of Josh, you get to meet a fabulous guest that we have, Brooklyn Meidl. And Brooklyn Meidl, we actually met, funny enough, we met accidentally over social media through our profiles, connecting together, which is super exciting because I'm always talking about networking and you just never know what a new connection will bring. And so hopefully we will have an opportunity to work together quite a bit in the future. But Brooklyn Meidl, she is a coach and a real estate guru expert, has marketing experience, is a master of sales processes and sales training. And she is here today to continue or to round off our discussion on sales processes and discovery calls and really just tips and tricks of the trade and things that will help you when you're jumping on the call with prospects or when you're jumping on the call with other people and you're looking to offer up the opportunity to provide a solution to others. So Brooklyn has spent over 12 years in real estate, and she really has the ability to help spotlight others while encouraging them to take the action necessary to overcome their fears. And she inspires them to take the action to put down roots, build their home, and now help them to take the action to step into the next piece of their journey. And her goal is, again, to inspire action in everyone that she reaches out to and touches. And I'm just so excited to have her here. One of the things that she had sent me as a quote said, by living your life in a way that you expect miracles every day, you identify, acknowledge, and act in a way that changes the world. So on that note, I'd love to introduce you to Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn, how are you doing today?
Hey, well, I'm going to say hey, y'all. Now, I am from Colorado, but I have lived in the South for over 12 years now. Moved to the South for a boyfriend and husband now, so I don't have a Southern accent, but y'all is so much easier than saying you guys. That Colorado part of me has been kind of beaten away at this point, but I'm really excited. Like Christy said, this is a random connection on LinkedIn, and her and I started talking, and within 5 minutes, our conversation got to such a deep technical level in sales, which is where my creative mind goes into overdrive. And immediately I knew that our goals aligned. And so I was stoked when you asked me to be on your podcast. This is actually my first one I've ever officially been on. I have been ghostwriting and doing so much in the background that I am finally ready to take the next step forward. My boss is encouraging me to use my voice and use my 12 years of real estate experience to help everyone because real estate is demoralizing, and I'm here to help translate how to continue to find joy in a very difficult market.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited to have you here. So excited to collaborate and develop a partnership over time as we move forward. So I'm going to jump in. I'll just kick it off with a question. We can open up and just discuss some of your sales experience, especially as it relates to real estate or really any business that they might have. So when it comes to sales, what do you think the biggest misconception is around sales that you really wish people understood?
The biggest misconception is you have to be an extrovert to be a good salesperson. Now, for me, I was born an extrovert. I have no introverted part of myself. I've learned through sales, especially in these last 6 years, as I specialized as an online sales consultant, hyper analyzing my talk percentages. I realized that the better I listened and the more targeted my comments were, the better the conversation went. And what's interesting, my conversation times went lower, but the quality went higher. And so I learned from introverts the skill and the quality of proper listening and adding those perfect witty comments that builds that genuine connection. And so as an extrovert who has learned how to lean into the introverted side of myself, I just felt like I found a love for listening and connecting by finding those little gold nuggets that you get by asking better questions.
I love that. And you're right. The questions you ask are just so important, right? Asking the right questions. And like you said, listening. Listening, not to just hear or check a box. Or a lot of people, I think, in sales, they listen to respond, right? They already have that response in their mind. And instead, being able to listen to understand is going to allow you to, like you said, connect and really meet somebody's needs more so and provide what they're looking for. So I'm totally with you. I love that.
Not surprised that we're on the same page. I knew it from day one.
Of course. All right. So tell me, another big question that I get a lot is, well, how do you handle a tough client who just isn't convinced during the process?
So I never realized how difficult tough clients were until I stepped into this role. I am an acquisitions manager for a wholesale real estate company here in Alabama. I am helping people who are accepting less than retail value for their homes. I immediately am at a disadvantage because there are people in this industry that have taken advantage of people, that have put them under contract, and they have actually gone into foreclosure because they made promises that they couldn't obtain. So I, as a salesperson with 12 years of experience, go into this conversation knowing that they're in a high defensive situation. So I have to immediately address the elephant in the room and almost take the deal off the table and say, hey, can I be brutally honest for a second? Something feels off. When it feels like this, most of the time, what I'm saying is totally not the fit for you. Am I crazy? And by having that type of tonality and having that type of phrasing and that type of intentionality behind halting, like a stop and fast halt, when you recognize friction, it actually builds relationships because then you pause and give them the chance to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm 20 minutes into this call and we are not a fit. And I know I have 7 other people that I need to call. And hopefully it allows you to uncover a deal killer, not an objection. I hate the word objection, where you're able to then say, actually, I misspoke. This is what I meant by this, or know what, you're right. I would recommend solution X, Y, or Z. And I have had some of the best conversations in my entire career with people who originally told me that they would never sell their home to me. And I gave them a hug at the closing table. And like one of my new homeowners, he was sweet enough to give me little salt and pepper shakers that are pigs. So it's just the little things like that by willing to have hard conversations, you actually can make a difference.
I love that. And I love that we're, of course, on the same page with hating the word objections and overcoming objections. It's like this game of convincing. Like we gotta, trick them into this or convince them to do something. And in reality, I agree with you 100%. It's about really discovering if somebody has a concern or they have an objection, really at that point, being able to talk things through and really help guide them to a solution that's a good fit for them is really what we should be doing. And like you said, if it's not a fit, then I don't want to work with that person if it's not a good fit for them, if it's not solving something for them that they need or that they want. And so I love that you're on the same page, and you're right. I think we have really gone in our discovery calls, even though we're in different industries right now. In our discovery calls, I found that we have just even more onboarding that occurs, higher numbers of onboarded clients by shifting from looking at it as I'm going in to make the sale, as I'm going in to understand what they're looking for and be able to offer a great opportunity or solution that's exactly what they want and serve as their guide to help them work through what the best fit is. So 100%. I'm on board.
Said, like, check.
All right. All right. So tell me, what's one marketing tactic that you think more people should really be using right now in the industry?
Drop the AI and actually speak words that you believe in. So as someone who has been in tech and who has lived in an online role that used to be in person for 6 years, I don't discount the value of AI. AI is incredible. It can help you flesh out processes and procedures and work faster than ever. But that intentionality and tonality that makes you unique, especially as a salesperson, that AI can't teach, it can't observe, it can't know. With salespeople, marketing is sales. It is the precursor, essentially the dating phase to the marriage of the product. If you are not advertising in a way that's genuine, authentic, and not AI based, you will not get the quality leads that you can. It's something where I get so heated about it because I've been the recipient of improper personalized touches where instead of having for hi Brooklyn, it says hi first name token. Yeah. And for me, that's the type of stuff. And everyone makes mistakes. I'm not discounting that. That's why it's called a tactic, because you have to be tactful in your application of personalization. Marketing is dating someone, putting yourself out there and saying, hey, this is what I have to offer. Are we a fit? Okay, let's date each other. Let's see if we are. If not, hey, I have friend X, Y, and Z in these different states that you might be a better fit for. And when you approach marketing in that way, you're able to educate, empower, and discern who your target market is. And you reach more people through natural connections and word of mouth. And that is how I found success in every part of real estate.
Again, of course, 100% agree. I agree with you. That pre-relationship is important in your marketing. I always say your marketing should be your magnet, attracting the people that want what you have to offer. If something's broken in your marketing and you're getting a bunch of people that aren't a good fit, then your sales rates are going to be low, and it's going to be a game of trying to convince and, make somebody think a certain way. And I agree 100%. It should be authentic. It should be you. You want to attract the people that want what you have to offer. So exactly. I agree 100%. So, all right. So if you could give just one piece of advice to someone new in sales, what would that be?
Okay, so I was just going to tell you, but I'm actually going to show you. So this is something that for me, I learned from a mentor, and I've applied it in a few different ways. So, and when I say a few different ways, I have like 5 of these. Love it. My best piece of advice is sales is demoralizing if you can't almost like self-soothe. Self-soothe sounds weird, but I don't know a better way to say it. I created a wins folder at the very beginning of my career, and I actually want to read one that I keep in here. So this is every personality test I've ever done. This is all of my wins that I've ever had. These are all of the successes that I've found. And I have in here a card that I was sent back when I was working in hotels back in 2023 or 2013. So it was this like super cute little card, and it says, "True meaning is found in the little acts of kindness that spring from the heart." A quote from the poet Walt Whitman. "Some people are so much sunshine to the square inch. Thank you for the sunshine that you bring. Your enthusiasm is a wonderful quality that everyone notices upon meeting you. Brooklyn, you were so helpful, kind, and caring during our hotel stay. We appreciate all that you did for us. You are very special and very kind. Our best wishes as you embark on your journey. We will always remember our visit to the downtown aquarium that you arranged. It was fun last night. Thank you, too, for providing a house coat for Jerry to wear to my cousin's luncheon. It got a lot of laughs." I still have this 11 years later. And when my sales days are really hard, because they are often because I work in a very depressing part of real estate, I literally write down things that I'm grateful for. So in my gratitude journal, my last one that I wrote was freedom to choose. In sales, we give people the freedom to choose. We do not manipulate. We do not coerce. We do not lead people to the answer. We help uncover, illuminate, and enable people to take action that supports their goals. If you're able to do that, this is the type of things that you get. And I have an entire binder full because I choose to try and make every single interaction something that's unique. And sorry, I get emotional. I could cry taking out the trash. That's who I am.
I love that. And I love that you're willing to come on and just share, this is who I am. It's very transparent. You don't find a lot of that, especially in sales, right? Yeah. And you definitely don't find a lot of authentic, real people. And I think that a lot of times people think, oh, got to put my sales hat on. And I understand we're multifaceted people and we make a choice in the moment of how we want to be perceived or how we're going to display our behaviors. But it really still should be you at your core. It should be your core values. It should still be who you are personality-wise. And they picked that card with the perfect quote on the sunshine.
It's just like so much sunshine to the square inch. But for me, like what I love about what you said, wearing different hats, I actually have two that are on my bookcase. So this is what I wear when I feel like I need to be a sales princess.
Love it.
And then this is what I wear when I need to be like a boss. The thing is, both of these were given to me. This hat was from some random stranger in a Publix parking lot because he said that I was so kind and because I complimented his truck that I deserved a hat.
Wow.
So random. And I have a tiara because I want a tiara, and I still have it because I think it's so cool. In sales and in my life, I wear different hats, and it's great because every single hat, because of my authenticity, and I finally have decided it takes way too much energy to not be authentic in this reality that we live in. I stopped fighting. I leaned against what was causing friction and started leaning into my natural skill set, and it got easier. So much easier. Now, I hate that it was that simple, but I mean, at least I figured it out. I listened to good mentors like you who encouraged me to take action.
And you figured out so early. Like, I feel like I was so late coming into it where I was always so worried. I'm like, oh, I gotta do it this way. And this is the process and gotta be this and gotta be
That's
that.
What we're taught though. That's what we're taught. It's this way, this way, this way. And I'm not discrediting that. I love scripts, but I also love having the tactical empathy to place scripts and know when to go off script because you're like, oh my gosh, I've never faced this before because no one has ever told me this over the phone.
Right. Right. And that's a special talent in itself anymore, I think, is to be able to just go off script and take the conversation, take the situation to where it needs to go. So, and that to me is a leadership quality. Clearly, you have leadership qualities about you, leadership skills that you've developed and that you have. And so I think that's fantastic. And I think it's important to have those leadership skills, to have that empathy, to have that outlook and that mindset when you're in, a sales career. Or even if you're just a business owner, you're going to have some involvement in the sales process. I know people dread it, but it really doesn't have to be something you dread. You're right. It's tough. But if you are doing what you're doing and you're in that mindset and you're, writing down your wins and you're writing down, pieces of gratitude and examples, I mean, it's going to be a whole lot easier. It's just going to come more naturally. It's going to fit and flow rather than trying to force, convince, and, drag people kicking and screaming. So.
Exactly.
Awesome. So I think I went through most of the questions. If you had anything else to share for everybody today before we close out, feel free to share any little piece of wisdom or any little piece of any little Brooklyn wisdom. I'm happy to hear.
Best advice that I can give to anyone, if you take one thing from listening to me, embrace the curiosity that comes with learning. When it comes to me, I took to LinkedIn and I was commenting and interacting with people that I didn't know from Adam for years. The thing is, I got comfortable reaching out to strangers, but I did it tactfully. I tried to do it authentically. And because of that, I made connections who I never would have had the opportunity to connect to otherwise. So my challenge is be bold, be willing to sign up for the classes, be willing to sign up for the things. And when something comes your way that scares you, say yes if it aligns with your core values, and your core values should be written down, because if they're not written down, you will continue to break them. And if you break your core values, you will feel sick at the end of the day and you will feel like a terrible salesperson, because you are. You can manipulate people in this job if you are not kind, generous, and a good person. Make the choices to stay one step behind your client, your human that you're interacting with. If we all treated each other like humans and had honest, transparent, and genuine conversations, it's amazing what would be different. You can feel genuineness. And so for me, I'm finally willing to speak up. I'm finally willing to kind of say some of the things that I've been thinking for years. So you can follow me on my individual journey. And as I talk to other professionals like Christy, I do have a professional Instagram handle. I have my LinkedIn. That's where you can see most of my sales advice. I do have a Frenchie who I'm obsessed with, which I'm going to show you because I am that proud dog mom. Oh, and he's so sleepy. Oh, I know. So, Mushu Pork also has his own Instagram. We always go on crazy adventures. So that's how I have my work-life balance, is with my husband and my Frenchie. So just when it comes to sales, make sure that you spend the time filling your cup with the things that matter. Because when you show up on the phone and you actually care about who they are and you're not so stressed about them liking you, they'll actually like you because you care about them for who they are and what they actually need. It's like so simple if you do it.
I love it. That's phenomenal advice that I think everyone should take to heart and implement in their own way into their own career or business. I love it. I love how authentic you are. I love the ray of sunshine you are. It absolutely resonates with me. So I'm so thankful to have had the opportunity to have you on the podcast today. And I look forward to hopefully a long partnership and an opportunity for collaboration going forward.
I'm really excited about it. And for everyone that doesn't know, Christy does have every single type of media that you would need. So check her out on YouTube, check her out on Instagram, check her out on all of the things. I know that she's very efficient with her time, so I know that those will be hyperlinked. So check her out. She has tons of content. My biggest piece of advice is listen to professionals who match your core values, because when you hear them say things, you'll find tips that you can immediately implement. And that's what I learned from listening to Christy's podcast and why I was willing to come on here and hopefully share some tidbits of wisdom.
Well, thank you again. I will drop both of our links in our episode here on YouTube especially. And I look forward to hopefully collaborating on the podcast again in the near future.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Christy.
All right. And we'll see you next episode.
See ya.
And that wraps up another empowering episode of Above the Noise with the Profitability Pathmaker. I'm Christy Wilson, and it's been an absolute pleasure to share this time with you. I hope today's journey has armed you with valuable insights and strategies to propel your business and personal brand to the next level. Remember, every setback is just a setup for a comeback. So keep pushing, keep dreaming, and never be afraid to be a little loud about your goals. We've got a whole world to impress, and I can't wait to see where your journey takes you next. Until next time, keep making waves and rising above the noise. Cheers to your success, and I'll see you on the next episode.